something dumb. Here's the title screen of Switch Ball Deluxe. I was trying to press enter to go to adventure mode, but my cursor was in the streaming client, and the last button I clicked was start stream. So when I clicked enter, it's like, so you want to end the stream, huh? 2 minutes in. There's a nice little 2-minute stream for you that does nothing. Oh boy. Alright, what is Switch Ball Deluxe? Well, this is the game that's in development by Quasico Games. That's us. That's me! So, what I'm going to do is play a couple levels to just show it, and then we're going to make a bunch of levels today. And we'll be doing this all week. It's been a while since I've been doing this, and yeah, you can see some of the game as I make it. Let's do it. Okay. So right away, this is adventure mode. This is admin. So there's all these levels at the top. As with any game in development that you're watching on Twitch, spoiler alert, you're gonna see everything. Oh no! The 2 or 3 people that are spoiled. No. So at the top, you have all the different levels. This is a game where the theme is that you're a Switch Blight who's managing all of these different types of power plants. So I'm going to turn down the volume just slightly here. There we go. Oh, that might be too much. On my side, it's loud, but that's just me. I mean, it is slightly loud. You can adjust the volume. It's good. So at the top, we have fossil fuels, windmills, solar, hydropower, all the way up through fictional ways of getting energy like antimatter and wormholes. And then finally Omega, which is like everything all at once. And in each of these, you are the ball. This is Switch Ball Deluxe, and your goal is to destroy all the bricks in order to win the level. And the goal is to win levels as quickly as possible. So for example, the very first level is Orange Box. So every level starts like this. I'm only covering up the controls at the bottom left, so doesn't really matter. So you can hide this. You're just pressing A to start. I'm going to be using keyboard today, so it's going to sound clicky clacky. You're the little ball right here in the top left of the square. And in Switch Ball, you become a color in order to destroy the same colored bricks. So if I just click start. So I'm orange, and as I hit bricks, the combo level goes up, and that means more bricks are destroyed. So every 5 times I hit the same color, more bricks are destroyed. Now I can just hold down spacebar, which is A for turbo in the controller, and go faster. So if we look to the left, you can see I'm covering up, but controls left, right, it's showing. It's showing the current charge, which is like the color of the brick. Remember, this is energy, so the charging, you're charging up bricks by hitting different colors. And then you can just hold down space to do turbo. Switch Blight moves a little faster, and it's lit up in yellow. Now the ranking system at the top, you can see that there's different lines there. That's the only screen that's... Wait. No, what's the actual pause? P? We're gonna lose! No! It's a really loud sound if you die. But anyway, if you die, you get a meltdown. I couldn't remember the pause button. But if we go to, say, a level that has multiple colors, like this one, you can see that we have some green and orange here, which means if I'm green, I can hit the green bricks, right? And if I'm orange, now I can hit the orange bricks. I'm keeping my combo up. However, if I'm orange and I hit a green brick, the combo is broken. And now, if I start hitting bricks again, it's back to 1. Those yellow lines at the top are showing like what are the levels of the score that you need to get in order to achieve different ranks. This is a game all about going quickly. It's a game that's going to be designed for speedrunning. And your goal is to do it as quickly as possible. So you can see on the right, my best time, again, this is all in testing, so this data gets wiped out often, is a 2063. So let's try to beat a 2063. Now, generally, in order to go fast, you're going to have to be doing turbo, which is holding down A, or if you want to think about it, holding down space bar if you're on keyboard. Oh man, I messed up. 20, 33, 38. So you can see how tight it is. Right there at the end, I made one mistake. And that was B. So let's go ahead and get S rank. We can do it. Just got to go up here. Bop, 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 bop. I already made a mistake. I love it. By instinct, I knew where the pause button was in keyboard. You go over here. Bop, boop, 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 boop. And now I go bop, bop, bop. I already made a mistake. It's okay, we can recover. B again! This is when we never get to level creation because I just refuse to Now these in the first world are where I've in development done a lot of testing on time for S rank. Slightly off. But there you go. You can see how hard S rank is. You have to play basically perfectly. Got an A. So, what we're going to be doing today is making levels. And in Switch Ball. So how do we make a level? Well, you'll see in just a sec. So first we need to decide what world we're going to make levels in. So other than the first world, which already has all the levels created, every world has 16 levels, you can see. And some have more than others created. This is just based upon like what work I've done in the past. Almost all the code of the game is completed. So all the gimmicks of the game, all the different, like, there's only going to be a couple different modes. Most of the game is in place. But all the different levels, there's going to be 160 of them. That's a lot. And those are, that's what we're going to be working on. I, like a, you know, like people do, I just use Excel to track levels. So I can share, let me share that so you guys can see what we're dealing with here. Let's go on a level just so we're not listening to that same song over and over again. I'm gonna add this. Excel. All right, so here's my Excel doc. And I'll zoom in a little bit. It's over my face. Good. Okay, so in here, we're gonna go like whoop, whoop. I have all the different levels here by type on the left, and then whether I've completed them. So each world has 16, This is the name of the level. I have a description. What colors are being used? So we want some color variety. There's 6 different colors to mix and match. And then you can see there's 2 different columns here. One, is it built? So sometimes I just come up with an idea, I haven't yet built it. In progress means there probably needs to be some fixes. So in World 1, only this sign exit, or this level exit, it's kind of weak. It needs some updates. So that's why it says in progress. And then have I done ranks? So have I tested the game enough to actually have ranks set up for it? And there'll need to be a lot of player testing too for ranks. But basically, I can get a good idea after playing the level over and over and over and over again of what is a decent like S rank, A rank, D rank, etc. And then I also have on the right, what is the type? So in this game, there's really a few different types of levels. There's some that just look like a picture because you can put bricks in the form of a picture. So that's the main type. You have some that are just about speed, doing it super quickly. Tricky is basically just something that's kind of like, oh, this is a challenge. You kind of have to figure it out, or there's some real, there's no specific picture. It's just kind of made in a very tricky way. And then we have some puzzles. The puzzle ones are sometimes called tricky, but sometimes it's just like, oh, there's a specific way of doing this. And then dodging. Occasionally there's ones where you're simply trying to avoid certain things in order to complete it. And then I have my own way. How do I rate whether a level is done? So there's a fun level. This is super subjective. The fun level is how fun do I think it is? So you can see if it has a 6 or lower in terms of fun, there needs to be updates done. So if I make something and it kind of is boring or it's not fun or it doesn't work, then it's a 6 or lower. Our goal is 8s. You see we have, in the original levels, I have some 8s and 7s, a few 9s. This is based, again, on me, whether I'm having fun playing it and whether I want to keep playing it over and over and over again. And that'll require some testing, of course, from other people. And then we have our difficulty level. How challenging is it to win? And again, this is highly subjective because I've played the game so much. I have had some people play test it, not in its current form very much. This was more months ago, but I have an idea though of when I make something how challenging any given level is. We also have a level code. We don't really need to record that here. All the codes are encrypted, and you'll be able to see that a little bit later. When a level is saved, you'll see a giant level string. And this is a way that for people who are developing levels, either within my team or if eventually there might be an ability to share levels with other people, you can simply share a level string. You can pop it in the game and load up a level. So what we're going to do is we got a bunch of different worlds, and we're going to choose a random number from 2 to 9, essentially from choosing worlds 2 to 9. I'm not going to be doing Omega, which is a combination of all the things. I want to get done the other levels first before I go into Omega. And then we'll just make a few levels. And each level takes about 30 minutes on average to make. So, the next couple hours, we'll probably make about 4 levels or so is what we're going to do. So, we're just going to open up a browser window and randomly choose a number from 2 to 9. Let's do that. Do I have a browser window open? Nah, you can't see that. Trust me. You just gotta trust me. Fine, we'll do a browser source. Fine. So you can see. Browser. Browser. Wait. Oh, that's not what I want. What am I doing? Ay. Mm-hmm. Mm. Mm-hmm. Oh, there it is. All right, a number from 2 to 9. All right, just to show that it works, I'm gonna click it. This one doesn't count. See? It selects numbers from 2 to 9. All right, this is the one that counts. 3, 2, 1. Click. World 5. World 5 is 2, 3, 4, 5. Nuclear. We're gonna make some nuclear levels. We also have 2 levels we could just modify, but let's make some new ones. Okay, cool. So I'm going to go to the menu. I'm going to go up to nuclear. And let me show you an example of a nuclear level. So in the gimmick in nuclear is you got gigantic bricks. So you see the one in the middle is a big old red brick. And nuclear bricks explode dramatically. So now you can see bop. And then we go bam! And it destroys like all of them at once. And it's super cool. And now I gotta get over here. And I'm done. So nuclear is all about big bricks. So currently we have that one. We have this one, which looks like little Fibonacci spirals. We have forest. This one, wait. This one looks like little trees. We got timing blast. This one has a moving platform in the middle to destroy the red bricks, which is cool. We got propulsion. Looks like a rocket or a telescope. And then that's it. Nuclear 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 16. Let me look at in the code. I need to make the time of these levels infinite so we can work on them. Do. Alright, so they are set up to go. Cool. Alright, so we're going to go to nuclear 6. What? This doesn't look like a level. But it is. Do a little stretch. Scuba da. So how do we make a level? I guess you just have to see. Okay. Okay. So, in the final version of the game, you see how there's a little Lego icon here at the top? That's not going to be there. A little camera icon. Well, we also have a command prompt. Ooh. Also not going to be there. So in here, I can pull up a level editor. Whoa. Ooh. There's some overlap and stuff. What are you going to do? We go to platforms. And now I can take away platforms. Zoop, zoop, zoop. I'm just holding down the right click of the mouse. And now, what? There are no platforms anywhere. Zoop. Put some platforms out here. In order for the level to be completed, it detects whether there are any normal or these are like destructible bricks, color bricks. So I always put some just in case I accidentally come out of editing mode in which case it would be bad because then the level would just end. So here's our blank level. And if you remember, nuclear involves making big bricks. So this is a normal brick, but I can increase the size. That's a big brick, and then bigger, and then bigger, and then bigger, and then even bigger. Wait for it. They're getting bigger. Woo! And they can basically become nearly any size. So at a certain point, it becomes unwieldy, and some of the collision detection might not work. So we're not going to make them that big. And at this point in time, there's a couple different ways that I make a level. It can really be anything. That's the beauty of this game, is as I've been making it, you can basically make anything and it'll sort of work. So sometimes I start with a picture. So for example, we saw the one that was like trees. Sometimes I start with just like an idea. So for the first level we saw, there was like a big brick in the middle. And I was like, wouldn't it be cool is if you had a big brick in the middle and you had like little bricks on the outside, and when it exploded, it hit all the bricks. I was like, that's a good way to show off what nuclear is. The gimmick. I'm like, oh, that's cool. Also in this level, every world can use all the gimmicks of previous worlds. So as you work your way up through the game, you're introduced to more things, and you might see those things over and over as they're used. And that's just, classic game design. So in future levels past nuclear, nuclear is used. So there's many more instances where these big bricks are used after the nuclear world. But the gimmicks that we can mix with nuclear, if we go back to here, this is where I also, if I scroll to the right, I say, well, what other ones have we done? So I have 3 that are just using nuclear, and I have 1 that's moving. This is hydropower, and 1 that's rotate. That is windmills. And the it's hydropower right here. We don't have any yet. That's solar. So we'll probably do a solar nuclear. I think would be pretty cool. And then let's do a normal nuclear level, and then the next one we'll do is a solar nuclear level. I think that's a good idea. Now, if we're going to save this level, we haven't really done anything yet, but say we want to say, oh, we made words. Let's save. This is level 70, see at the top. And all I have to do is go in here. I do save level, and I just put the number it is. And there you go, saved. That's a string that could be copied out, and it doesn't need to be because all those levels are saved internally. Cool. So, what do we want to do with just nuclear? Wasn't there something? A sec. Is it fire? Oh, this was a clone one. I was thinking of this one. That one. Okay. And this one. Got it. I've done most of the levels in antimatter, which is when you get a clone. I was thinking of that level. Bup, 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 bup. I have made one that's like holiday themed. Did the trees. You know, we could do one that's a little funny that just says boom. Boom. You know, like the old cartoons that that when you have an explosion, it goes boom. I think they also do that in the new Mario Kart world, where when you have a explosion, it goes boom. So I think that'd be kind of funny. You could make a boom level. Okay. So say we're gonna do something silly like boom, where maybe the two O's and the B's were the big letters. So this is our space. Now you can see it's more horizontal than vertical. And part of the beauty of the game is being able to utilize this space in different ways. So say we're just going to make the letters boom. So if you're going to do a B, this is also learning how to use pixel art. So you could say that looks like an 8. That's not a B. What makes a B a B? Now it's a B. So let's make it bigger. Doop, doop. Maybe that big? Is that a better B? And you need to go, wait. We're making a big old B. You could even make it more exaggerated if you wanted. Let's see if this fits. I don't think it will. No. There's not enough room for the M. Uh-oh, it just says boo. Boo. And just a little M. Now, if I move this over. Wait. Let's think about this. What if the B started at the top? What if it was like this? What if you were inside the boom? Whoa. You could be inside the boom. Wait. Work with me. Alright, does this look like a B? Wait. That's a B-ish. Is that a better B? It's kind of looks kind of weird. That or that? That or that? And by the way, yes, I have no music when we're editing. For me, it's distracting. I know. There'll be music when stuff gets going. Um, hmm. We're inside the B for boom. All right. And then we got the O. How many spaces do I have? Chat, this could work. Do I have enough space for an M? No. It would start there. All right, we need a... We're utilizing the whole space. There is a O. I think this will work. See how dumb of an idea this is? But it's gonna be a level. We've decided. We have decided. This is just a template. All right, yeah, this is the M. So an M looks like it goes burp, 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 burp. Yeah, that's the M. So then this is going to need to go down. Wait. Wait. There we go. Boom. Let's go ahead and save that progress. So how do you make this a level? Well, clearly we don't want to have to destroy, let me get rid of these, all these bricks. But the key about nuclear is that you got big bricks that can cause big explosions. So instead of having little bricks here, we're going to replace these with some real big ones. And that's going to get cray cray. We also have to have a mix of the color changing bricks, and that'll be something we have to mix into. So let's go to our level editor. We started out with orange. We'll just stay with orange, and if we need to change it, we can. So here, for example, I'm going to have, let's make this 3 different colors. We'll do orange, green, and blue. Okay. So these are 3 different colors to start. We're starting right here. So what we're going to do is we're going to start replacing some of these edges with bigger bricks. So for example, what if I made, instead of these ones, one of these? And then at the bottom, we can make a different colored one. Right here in blue. Okay. You can do the same. Want some symmetry? Now here in the big O, we want some ability to go in here and take out these bricks. Now we want real big we want some Now what if this next letter was real big? 4. So we're going to replace this one with one of these. A fiver. Boom. And we'll do it on the bottom too. Okay. Well, that's pretty cool. But how do I get over here? Well, that's a good question, because these guys are going to explode out like this. And you can kind of choose a little bit of which way to go. Now we could have another big one right here, but I want it to be a 4. No. So if this one gets hit, you have to decide which ones are going to be over here. We can make like a, maybe like a 3. Let's do like orange. Because the 3s fit in the middle. So you could also do something like this. Oh, that's not symmetric. That's annoying. Oh, that's symmetric though. Cool. Looks pretty good. And then these right here for the What if these guys were 2s. Yeah, like that. Okay. So that looks pretty good. Now it still says boom, but this is the only place to change colors. That's a little bit problematic. Because say I turn green, one, I'll break my combo. This is all about maintaining combo. So there needs to be somewhere in here where in each space I can change color. And it's a little bit tricky to decide where. I think we ought to make maybe one of these green. Say you come in this way. So I think we're going to do this. We are going to, and this is where the play testing is going to come into. Okay, we're going to make a colored one there, like that. Over here, these are need to be destroyed. Otherwise, it's impossible to get past this barrier. That basically needs to be then destroyed by some sort of combo. Now, currently, it's just all orange, which is problematic for these guys. If you want to do some blue ones. So what we're going to do is we are going to mix in. You can see it's either going to go bang or bang. So we're going to put one like that. And you don't want two color bricks too close to each other like that. So I'm actually going to make it here. And do something like that. Okay. And then the same for this final one. Some of these are going to go bop, bop. Ideally, it would go bop. But you can see here we don't even have any green. Now, it'd be crazy to actually have to hit the green. I think the green here is more of an obstacle. But we do want another opportunity to change colors here. So I think we're going to do something similar, except to just reverse it. Now some of these, this is a little bit annoying because this is just a time-consuming thing. So you can see unless this combo is big enough to hit these over here, you're going to do a lot of kind of menial work destroying these last ones for the M. So this is likely going to be problematic, but let's try it out first and then see how problematic Dex actually is. This one might have a big enough combo when it actually goes through and hits the whole area, because it really only needs 1, 2, maybe a 3 combo. So let's try this out. Let's give it a first play test. So you could just go bop, 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 right? That's perfect. Now if you go like this, you're destroying that one, which isn't good. But now say you do this. Boom! And now you can get over here and do this one. You do this one, bam! Already it's pretty awesome. Now the problem, as you see, is these ones. Remember the ones in the middle that I said were between? These are impossible now to get. So let's restart. Now you can see neither of these two bricks hit these. I hit this one, or I hit one of these. So these bricks are actually devious because they're impossible to get. Now, how did I get these ones over here, which are the same block? Well, I hit one of these blocks, I believe. So let's see if we're going to try it again and just see if we can do something that changes that. Because I think it's fine to have a little bit of a puzzle element, but we'll see. So what if instead of going all the way down, I just went like this? Now I open that up immediately. And I go, bang! Now instead of going here, what if I hit that one? that was okay. But now you can see I got a problem with the one at the top. And you can see also we do have this line here, which isn't the worst if you keep up your combo. But now you see I got these. That are a little bit. So there's problems in two areas. One is if I go the one way, these won't get hit. If I go the other way, these won't get hit. So either we just have a really challenging puzzle element, or we want to make it so it's more flexible. And I think what we want to do is make it so it's more flexible. So let's do that. Now these color bricks are important, but what we can do is instead just not have that sort of gap. And the way we're going to do that is this. I'm going to go like this. There we go. Not bad. So now, basically, you just need to be able to hit part of any one of these walls. So 1, 2, 3, 4. These ones you should be able to hit with this. This one you should be able to hit with something here and something here. Let's see if that works. Bop, 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 bop. So you're like, oh no, I destroyed the big one. But then you're like, bam! Oop. Oh no. I get that. Boom! Perfect. And now you can see it broke up all the walls. And unfortunately, does this one even reach? It did a little bit. All right. So we even messed up once, and it works. Let's try it again. So this time we'll go down below like we did the first time. We'll just say, boom. And now if I go like that, it takes out that one. What if I go like this, and we never use the big bricks? Well, if you never use the big bricks, then you're going to have to do this. You can go in like this. And you can see having those... Oh, no! I did screw it up, but it's still beatable. Even though it's very silly. So that would be the loser route. Alright, it's working. I think the best route is to get done the green one as quickly as possible. Which should be like this. Even there I was wasting time. Oh, you want to get one more over here. But now the problem is, you see, because I put them here, the green ones don't destroy that, which I think is a little bit sneaky. But I don't mind that. If you have to play the level a couple times, you want to get one lower right down to there, and now you go bop, bop, bop. And then you go bop. And then you go bop, 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 bing. And then bam. and then we're gonna get those last. And then you gotta hit them up. Alright, alright, the level's working. Alright, I think we can get a sub 30. Same idea, sub 30. 1, 2, 3, 4. Bam. And we're just gonna skip over that. Bam. Oh, we needed one more combo. But now you got this one. If you failed. And now you could just go zip, zip, zip. And you can do it the lame way. Which actually wasn't terrible. Wasn't as satisfying. Alright, I went one further. So you're trying to get the next combo up. That one. Now you're at combo level 2. Then you can go bang. Then you go bop, bop, bing, bong, bam, bam, bam. 30? Hey-ah! Level done, chat. There are some tweaks that could be made. But that's making a level. We made an idea of boom. We made the boom work. We made some nuclear stuff in it. We made some tweaks. And the level works. So let's go ahead and save it. And then all we have to do is in here. Okay. Alright, we'll go up to nuclear. What number is this? 70? These are just, these were ones I did at some point. Just put them at the bottom. 70. Oh, we have to give a nickname to it. Oh, duh, this one's just called Boom. Wait, no, it's all caps. What am I doing? Boom. Big boom letters. It's built. We don't yet have times. We're sort of working out times a little bit there. We'll just do it. This is orange, blue, and green. It's sort of like a picture-ish. Would you call that a picture of boom? It's almost a picture. Sure. Nuclear. How fun was it? It's pretty fun. I don't know if it's an 8 fun yet. It's pretty fun. I'll give it a 7. Difficulty. There are ways to screw up. I give it a 5 or a 6. Give it a 5. Yeah, I'll give it a 6. Alright. So let's do a new level. Which means I got to go back to the menu. That's making a level. Half hour. 35 minutes? Easy. I just do that 160 times and then you have a video game. Just that easy, chat. Okay, so we said this one was going to be using solar. What is solar, you might ask? Thank you for asking. Let's go down to a solar level. Let's just choose the first one. So solar, you have these little lights that shine beams, and the color of the beam changes depending on what you hit it, and it will destroy all bricks of that color. It won't do anything with combo. So if we take a look at this, you can see it turn the lights. Boom! No sound effects yet, but there will be sound effects. And then I'm like, oh, wait a second. How do I get in there? I'm like, oh, boom, boom, the lights are on. And then I can get in here, and I can destroy all the delicious bricks inside. Yummy, yum, 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 yum. Yummy. Oh, my nose is so itchy. Okay. That's another example. You go to icicles. You see at the bottom we have all these cyan or blue. And you can see we could change the different colors of the lights. And it's changing which ones destroys. Pretty cool. Boom, 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 boom. So that's solar. So we're gonna need to mix that with nuclear. Is what we're gonna do. This is what we're gonna do, Scooby-Doo. Ba 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 ba. Zoop. Zoop. Zaba zaba zaba. This is level 71. Okay. So solar does good at destroying bricks that go like boom in a line. So solar can make like pathways. You can also do things where you can change colors and combine colors. So solar, you could create like a light that's green by having two different colors combined. So for example, if you had a blue light and a red light and an orange, right? I didn't even make the colors again. You combine primary colors. So red and yellow make orange. Blue and yellow make green. So say you had a green brick. Call them bricks and blocks, both of them. So you had green. Those can't be destroyed other than green light. But say there was no green color brick available. Well, you could combine blue and yellow light to make green light, and we go boom, and destroy them. I could show that real quick. So for example, blue and yellow. And here we got a light object. Our light objects are right here. So then we get a blue brick, yellow, and then green. And we'll get another light at the bottom, like this. So you can say, well, we don't have any green to destroy the green brick. Well, if we just start this up. So say I had a blue light, what I could do is, you can see now it's shining blue. And say I wanted to do it yellow. Okay, now it's shining yellow. Well, the one at the bottom, what if the bottom one was yellow as well? Well, it would just be double yellow. Or say the bottom one was orange. Well, yellow and orange don't make anything. So if I go to the bottom. But what if the bottom one is blue? Well, the blue and yellow combine and they made green, which destroyed the green bricks. That's how solar works. So what we want to do is utilize solar with nuclear. So you could plow a pathway to get to a big old brick. That's kind of a cool way to use both. The light could destroy a really big brick, in which case it'd be probably not advantageous, because usually you want to hit big bricks with combo. And if it's destroyed by light, then you don't get the combo bonus. So maybe you're trying to avoid lights. Maybe this isn't a void type level. Yeah. I'm closing my head. I'm visualizing. Closing my head. Closing my eyes. I'm closing my head. You can't see me. um, so what if you're going around the level? Because this is a brick breaker, but it's really an action platformer. Because you're basically jumping. Um, and you want to get from spot to spot. I did something similar with this later. What level was that I made? I think it was utilizing, might have been utilizing warps or clones. But here the idea is that you don't want to shine the light, but you need to get to a different color in order to be able to hit the big bricks. Alternatively, you could be trying to carry a color over. Hmm. And let's start out with the lights. So here are our lights. We want to avoid the lights. So the light won't turn on unless you're a color first. What if we force you to be a color at the beginning? We do this as red. So right away it forces you to be red. You go over to the right. You go down. And right away you're trying to avoid the light. That's here. You go down, you have to hold left or right. So if these were like mines, let's ignore the orientation of the lights for right now. I want one every column. This will make sense. You just got to roll with the chat. So you're avoiding da 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 in order to hit da 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 because it's about time. Okay, so we're gonna get platforms. We're gonna fit in some blocks between some of these. So this is like art, you know? You're kind of rolling. You're feeling your way between. Oh, it's not speed. We're not affecting speed right now. I think we can remove this one. Big light. Big lights don't work. That's not a thing. Oh, but it could be a thing. Interesting. Is this interesting, though? It sort of looks interesting to me. What if we put one like there? Yeah. So you could hit all the lights. Like this is going to be a speed level. At first I thought it would be an avoid level. How could you not complete it though? All right, let's do this first and then we'll work from this. Okay. So like if you did that, right? Clearly using the lights is super fast. Cool. If I go real fast, I can go boom, boom, boom. 6 seconds. I can go faster. It's 1, 2, 3, 4. 4.6. So within 5 seconds right now, utilizing the lights, you can get the thing. But that's exactly what we want to avoid. So what if instead these were different colors and you had to navigate between them? See, with the lights combo doesn't matter. Hmm. Now this would matter if you couldn't if you had other colors that needed to be destroyed. So for example, all these bricks, what if we had a different color mixed in? So for example, blue and I don't know, what colors have we not used much in nuclear yet? Yellow. I'll just use yellow. So what if you had a bunch of gold bricks mixed in? Now I don't know how many you would need. Because the most combo you can do is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's combo 1. And then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Combo 2, and then you would need to destroy the rest. Now, if you got this one with a combo 2, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. This guy can destroy these. Currently, I don't think this is possible. Well, it might be possible. But it won't be possible if you hit the lights. Let's try this out. So the reason it won't be possible if you hit the lights might be obvious. But you can see now, all the lights are gone. But now I can't, there's no way to destroy these. Those can only be destroyed with combo. And this is what I was talking about, avoiding the lights. So now if we go and do that. Now we got the combo level up 1. How do I get over there? I can do this. Oh, that was good. Oh, that was really good. All right, what if I purposely got rid of those 3? Just for the sake of... Which 3 were they? I think they were... these 3? Let's try that. Now, of course, we put these out somewhat randomly, so it's pretty easy for us to manipulate them. Nope! I'm ready to lose. Okay. Then you get the one down here. Yeah. Is there another way to do it? I could go to the bottom. That also works. Nice. So I think we could include some more here. Just to show like make it seem like more. Something like that. I think that's cool. We could even have another light if we wanted to make it even harder. But let's see. I went here first. Nope, I'm dead. No. These sorts of levels in gauntlet mode are also very scary. Because in gauntlet mode, if you don't complete a level, then you lose a lot of time, and you can't restart a level unless you have time saved up. Let's try to do it a little quicker. So if I go to the top one, oh, no! Wait for it. Yeah, we're done. No. And what's funny is we wouldn't have been done, but I added those extra bricks at the end. Oh. Oh, no, 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 no. Oh. No. You really have to concentrate. I'm trying to do it quicker. I want the high score. All right. And then we're going to go in there. Hut! No! We're fine. No, we're not fine. You go bop, 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 bop. Over here, underneath, bop, bop. Ooh, that was 15 seconds. Under 15? No! Wait, that's fine. No! We can get a sub 10. Oh, sub 10. Cool. All right, that's a pretty good level. We started out with the thing, and then we added the other thing, and then we got the thing. What do we want to call this level? Hmm. Avoid the spotlight. How about um Little lasers. uh. I was gonna call it infection, but you're not actually infecting things. That's pollinator. Pollinator shoots out. It's a different gimmick. Is there a word for not being detected? Like you didn't hit the lights? Undetection? Indetection? Hmm. Detect me not. It's a type of flower. These are detect me nots. Alright, we'll put it up. We saved this, right? So make sure. Let's see. We'll call this one. Subterfuge. We already have subterfuge, so that's a cool word. Subterfuge. And this is red in parentheses yellow. That just means you don't actually change yellow, but yellow bricks are in there. And this one is in a dodging. And this is nuclear and solar. I thought it was pretty fun figuring out. I'm giving that one an 8. Challenge level, this is higher. This is an 8 or a 9. I have a lot of experience with the game. I can see how this level could be frustrating for people if they've started out. At this point in the game, though, this is the 5th world. They would be about halfway through the game. Is it really that hard? I was able to do it in sub 10 seconds. No, but it's hard. I'll give it a 9. Excuse me. Okay. Is that how you spell subterfuge? Subterfuge. What if we look up subterfuge? Deceit in order to achieve one's goal. Alright, we're not using deceit. We're avoiding. I'm being deceitful. I'm not touching the lights. We're gonna be like, instead of subterfuge, we'll call it no lighterfuge. No. Oh, nocturnal. Oh. Because you don't want to turn on the lights because you're nocturnal. Got it. Okay. We made 2 nuclear levels. Let's switch to a different world. Let's roll the dice. Bo bo. Nope, that's not the window. Bye-bye. Our next world will be bam 4. Hydro. Do I have any Wait, let me rename these. I'm in the code. You can't see. That's fine. I don't need to share the screen. What was this one called? Boom. And this one's called Nocturnal. So if we show Hydro. Wow, we're almost done Hydro. Most Hydro is, well, no. All right, this is not a real level. We only have a few left, and then the boss. The final level of each world will be a boss. I guess, yeah, we're almost done Hydro. What do we do? A lot of different things. He says. Do, do, do. Do, do. Alright, I just gotta rename these last few. And then I'll restart the program. The program, i.e. the game. Do, do, do. Oh man, I totally wish I saw him renaming the levels within the game. This is so lame. Why doesn't he show us? Too lazy. Oh man, all we see is a dumb Excel. Hopefully this just pops up again. Ooh, wait for it. Wait for it. Wait for it. Ooh. Woo. Still loading. Haha. We did it. Now you can see our levels are in there. Boom and Nocturnal. So Hydropower has moving bricks. Ooh. So for example. Uh-oh, they're moving. Crazy. This game's pretty fun. One day you'll get to play. Do 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 do. We win! Alright, so let's take a look at each of our levels. We got this one. It's just got some barriers. Yeah. It's a feature, I know that is. Interlocking, rainbow light. Yeah, that uses solar. The Autobahn, just as cars, yep. The crazy. Alright, now if you look at this level, some levels don't work. Now you can increase the speed of every moving block. And they're currently on tracks. Eventually that'll be like water, because it's hydropower. Just don't have the art yet. How fast do you think bricks could move? Okay, you got it in your head? Alright, cool. Now you'll see how fast they actually move. Whee! This was a test. Now technically, if I go in there, look, I can hit the balls. Alright. You just have to sort of get lucky. A lot. And they're going in a swirl pattern. Alright, we can do it. We can hit them. Yep, Nope. Oh, we got one. You can see it. Yep, we're clipping through. Oh, And this is why this level is not a real level. At some point, I was like, isn't this funny? It's a meme. Well, yes. Yes and no. I think one time I did beat it. I think it took like 15 minutes. Yeah. Next level. Open for business. Oh yeah, this is a cool, simple little level with some circles. You're going back and forth. Home. I made one that looked like a home. House. On cue. Oh, dude, this level was crazy. Oh, man. Did I get times for this level? This level uses lights and movement. And if you do it at the right times, everything just works. This is a really cool level. I'll show it. Alright, so they're moving. So if you can get it at the right time, you can just change it. So you can see they all get hit. But then you need the orange ones. And you can see, like, it'll eventually happen, right? But the key is doing it quickly. And that's really tricky. Is getting it. I think you can do it within 10 seconds. I don't know if I got times for that one. That one's a cool one. Alright. Shifting strata. This one's nuts. This one is nuts. Because you're thinking, oh, it can't be that bad. The blue ones are moving. And then you're like, wait, some of the green ones are moving too. And you're like, that's fine. Until it's not. It's a really hard level. Little sailboat. It's a little sailboat. You want to see him move? Watch, this is cool. This is cool. Woo! He moved! Boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop, boop, boop, ba-doop. It's a little sailboat. Churning Chaos. This is the last one I did. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, this is cool. Because you go in here, and then you can get inside. Oh, you got to get inside the box. Oh. It's a speed one. It's not an S rank. Doesn't have times yet. Okay, so that's what we got. Then we got 2 Hydros, and then Hydro 16, which should be the boss. So that's what we have for Hydro. Then again, movement is used a lot in later levels. And by a lot, I mean, try to do, plenty. Every single subsequent world, like I mentioned at the beginning, the gimmicks are reused. So, we need to do a movement level. Got about 45 minutes here before we're done today. It's probably going to be one more level, unless we have a really, really simple idea. A really, really, really simple idea. 62. 62, Scooby-Doo. Okay. So we do have rotation. You saw that in the last one, which is the windmills, which causes you to move instead of up, down, left, right. Swaps everything. Hmm. Out of all of them, did I only do the one with lights? Let's take a look. How many do I have with solar? I'm calling it light as well as solar. Oh, I did that one. I have 2. Yeah, light or solar. I just mix it up. I think more often than not I'm saying light. Should be I guess solar is light, but whatever. It's all internal. Do 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 do. Hmm. So I did some pictures, like I did one with cars, with a house, with a boat. I did some where you're going back and forth. I did some that's chaos in one spot. Did a couple like that. I did some that are where things are rotating around the screen. And I did some where things are interlocking or zigzagging. What other things have we not done that are a straightforward thing with movement? Yeah, I did the light thing there in those two different ways. One where the light's still and it moves across. Hmm. This is good entertainment of me thinking. You can just skip ahead when I actually have done something. It's like Jimmy Neutron. You guys ever watch Jimmy Neutron back in the day? Brain blast! Oh, I got it. Da 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 da. Don't have it yet. What if you had... I don't know, I like doing pictures with movement. I think it's kind of fun. We already have a couple of those. We could do one that's hard. We already have a couple that are hard. A couple that are somewhat easy and speed related. We could do another one with light. Instead of the bricks. I think, so we've had some where you're sort of choosing a color in order to get further down into the level. So for example, if we go to, let me turn off, I just had an idea. It took that long. So similar to home. So home, you can see you have the green and red rotating around the house. And you're basically taking out the house, utilizing these colors. And you can kind of be like, oh, I'm red now. And as you're going around, it's like the colors are rotating as you want to destroy the thing in the middle. And it's kind of a neat puzzle. Sometimes you're like, oh, there's the red that I need. And then I'm like, oh, I need the green, and it's up here, and you're kind of going back and forth, and it's a fun little picture puzzle. Instead of having that, what if you had layers and they were just rotating like this? So remember the absolute insanity one, where all the colors are spinning? Or even the very first one, where it's teaching you, hey, you have to kind of go back and forth. What if we did that, except all the colors were at the top? and you're constantly trying to hit certain colors that you want in order to destroy the ones at the bottom. Alternatively, we can make it all the ones at the bottom are the color and make it like an homage to Brick Breakers. Which, yeah, let's do that. Homage. Is that how you spell it? Homage? An homage? Imagination? We'll do an homage. Why not? we got subterfuge wrong. Homage, right? It's like a tribute. Homage. No? Homage jewelry. Honor. Respect. Yes. That's what I thought. We are going to make an homage. A pizza pie homage. Alright, so first we need our track at the bottom. This is a track piece. So we're going to put one at the very bottom, one at the other side, and then we link the two together. These don't matter if they're which way they're rotated. So again, that'll be like water flowing, but we don't have the art yet. Then you have the bricks at the top. These are not moving. So we're going to do the normal bricks first. And we can just have all 6. Why not? He's going to start up here, which is kind of like why I wanted... I guess we could have a barrier here. We could just start like this. So what if we just had orange? I just have all our colors. Cyan. Because remember, old Brick Breakers like Breakout, this game's kind of stunk. People are like, oh man, I remember those games. It's like, yeah, it was the thing you did when like you didn't have an actual game to play. Like, shut up. Don't make fun of my garbage video game. Okay. So all the way across. Homage. And you might think, wait a second. That doesn't look right. And it's like, yeah, you gotta go down through the homage. How hard are we gonna make this? I think we raise this up to like here. Because usually usually it was at like here. It wasn't at the very bottom. Okay. Okay. All right. And then that you're closer to the platforms too. Okay. So there you go, homage. Looks like it. Now at the bottom, you're going to need your moving platforms. And this is where the speed and direction of the speed comes into account. So one, we need to say we're putting the platform on a track. We're going to say true. And say we just went with like these 3 like this, and we saved it. You can see the speed, if we start it up, they're moving at 60 speed. 60 is the base speed. Goes up in intervals of 60. Why? Not going into it. Why? 'Cause. So, if you make the speed faster, like this, and say these 3, you can see this one's going to move twice as fast. You can also make it negative. If you make it negative, it just means it's going to be starting moving left at the beginning. So if I go in here and I make it negative, delete these. This one will move really fast to the right at the beginning, and this one will move very fast to the left. So if we just started the level, they do nothing. You might be wondering, wait a second, why do they do nothing? And that's because I forgot to put them on a track. Because when I restart the level, it reloads this level editor. It's just a thing. So these variables got reset. So I just need to put it back on true. So those are going to the right, and these are going to the left. There you go. Now, any faster than 120, we've seen that in some of the levels I showed. It becomes pretty untenable in order to really be able to hit what you want. So you can see this is way too fast. So at the bottom, what we're going to have is 60. And the whole thing is going to be moving. And we're going to have all the colors on the bottom. So let's do it. So we're going to restart the level. And here, I think we're going to have the blue moving towards you so it can kind of meet you like this. Well, let's put them on the drop platform. I think we'll have each color at least represented one time. So we're going to have yellow moving to the left. 1, 2, 3. Green. 1, 2, 3. Red. 2, 3. Cyan. 2, 3. And orange. Let's move this around. What if I did 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Does that work? Do I have 24 across? I always forget. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24 perfectly. So 6 times 4. I believe. Yeah, that's going to be halfway. Yellow. Gold, if you will. Beautiful. It looks like it ain't moving. All right, let's try this out. So the problem is when you have this overlap, it somewhat chooses one at random. I don't really know what happens when things are overlapped like that, because it's very uncommon, especially when choosing colors. So it's not really working. Because if I'm like this, and I want to, the whole point here is to be able to choose what color you want. And you want there to be very little overlap. So we need to redesign this. So instead of having this many, we are going to have one block of each. Like this. That way you can hit this, avoid the others. There will be very little overlap. And it'll be challenging to maintain combo. Let's try it. I didn't even hit it. Nope. There we go. Oh my gosh. Yep. Uh-huh. Oh, I had it. Dude, this level's insane. Oop. Yep, we're fine, we're fine. No, 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 no. Blue? We don't need blue. Yep. Red's good. Green? Green's fine. There you go. Red. Yes, cyan. Take that one. No, 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 no. Alright, we got this. Oh, that's bad, that's bad. Yellow? Red? No! Alright, we got this. Yep. Oh, 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 oh! No! We can make this. No, no, no! This is really hard. And that's coming from the developer. No! You might want a smaller area. So rather than having, because now I gotta wait to do like, if I mess up. Alright, we're gonna complete this just to show that we can. Give that green back. Yep. Maybe red. Red! No! See, the challenge too is when you have a color that you want. Normally in this game, you're going back and forth between the colors that you want and like a color block to maintain combo. And here, it's very hard. Alright. It works, but I think what we want to do is make it smaller. We need a smaller area, so we're not constantly waiting for the color that we want to come back. So we're going to shrink the screen a little bit. We also got rid of accidentally invisible platforms. See, there's invisible platforms here on the edges. This is what's keeping us in. The secrets are revealed! No! Alright. So what we're going to do here is we're going to shrink our area. And I'm actually going to do this. Like that. And then our orange block we got to get rid of. We're actually going to shrink it to like that. Nah, we'll do that. Make it a little bit smaller. Yeah. And then we'll put the orange block on the edge. On the platform going left. That. I guess we need to move them all. I like symmetry. Everyone likes symmetry. Especially when you have the distances between these. There we go. And then what we're going to do is we're going to put in some of these. Eventually we might have something cleaner than just like these dirt bricks, but I've utilized them in some levels to change or add like bricks that you can hit that don't change your color, but still don't hurt your combo. We saw that in the dynamite level, if you remember, a little bit was back. All right, so now we have a smaller space, and let's try it out. No, no. Give me that blue. Give me the blue. Ah! You gotta follow the blue around. That's the way. You're following your color. Oop. Yep, that'll work. Follow him. He's gonna come back. See, now you also have those spots at the edge, which is kind of nice. Now I'm kind of lost. I'm lost in the sauce. Oop, we're fine. No! Alright. We need red. Nope. Homage. Orange, please. Yep. Ooh, beautiful. Yep, we're doing great. Yeah. Yeah. And blue. Hey! Alright, that felt like an actual level. Now that I remember, you gotta follow it around. Let's see if we can get a sub 1 minute. The idea being, follow it around. And get annoyed at the glitches. Dang it! It almost works. This is still a little jank because of the way that the overlap works. You even saw there's a... You can hit a color block when it's moving. Like that, and you won't change colors. And that's just the way that some of the color detection works. There's some glitches. And if we're gonna have this as a level, those glitches need to be fixed. It's challenging though, because if two bricks are overlapping, which one should you change color to? Neither? Now we could move this down a little bit, because at the beginning, partly it's hard because it's just so close. Like there I felt like I didn't miss, right? It just sort of changed colors on me. There I missed. Up. Now I'm lost in the sauce. This is really challenging using all 6 colors. Now if they weren't moving... then it would be one thing. You could also make them on different layers. So what if, for example, this is another idea. Because we're not going to be able to make another level. Let's, if we wanted to avoid each of these being on, like the collision thing that we discussed about, whether it doesn't know what color to hit, we could make each of these on a different rail. And then the rails correspond with the colors so that your blue is further away. So for example, what if we did this? So 4, 5, 6. There you go. And now we stagger them. So we're going to put platform true. So it goes blue, yellow, green, red, cyan, orange. Oh! Now it'll be harder to get back to the level because you're having to avoid them on your way up, but there won't be any overlap. And as you're searching for colors, they will be that much closer, the same distance to each color. So the same distance between, I'm like going like this to the screen with my hand, same distance between orange to orange, red to red, etc. Let's try that. So you go blue. Oh, oh, yeah. See, that's fine. Oh, I like that. Oh, oh. This is big brain chat. Oh, 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 oh. What? What? That was sick. That was like cheating. You know when it feels good that it is good. Let's try it again. See, the hard thing is the beginning. So once you get this beginning figured out, that's when you can start comboing up like that. I think what you do is this. Wait for it. You just gotta avoid it. Dang. Alright. The beginning is really hard. Is there a way to figure out the beginning? If I just go here, I would want it like... once we get the blue barrier opened up, but blue is real hard. What if we just do that, though? What if we do that, though? You just get one. So here... See, you don't get lost in the sauce. Already got lost in the sauce. You just need to open up one. And then you gotta get your yellow. Ah. See, the problem is you can clip through them, and this is something that is actually a feature so that your ball doesn't get stuck. But the idea being you can now follow it as you go along. Oh. Oh. The beginning is so hard, but if you can do this, and then get in, and then get the others. What if we... had them... Let me try this one, 2 more times. If I just don't care about combo, I'm a beast. And then I wait. Don't! No! Heh. Yeah. Yeah, there's definitely some jank. But the jank is like manageable. It's definitely manageable jank. Come on now. Okay. It's pretty good. I think it could be improved. But we're going to call this one Homage. Homage. 62. Looking at you. Homage. A design that is an homage to, what's it called? A game that sucks? To brick breakers. To, what's it called? Breakout? And we got all of them. This one's tricky. This one might be a 10. There are very few 10s. 10 is like insane. Ish? I don't know if it gets to 10. And right now I'd say it's barely at a 7. Is what I would rate. Oh, I didn't even rate all of these. Why? Cool. All right, we got 3 levels done. Not bad. Try this one more time. See those glitches where you like hit the side of the brick is kind of necessary for it to work. It doesn't feel great. But in some levels it's required because of the way that moving platforms work. Hey! No. You just gotta get started. You gotta get the groove. Come on. Yep. Dope. There could be something at like the top. Dope. That could help. Oh, that was a sneaky one. Mm-hmm. No! The instant that you lose it, it feels so bad, man. What color am I? Cyan. Come on. What colors do I need? Alright, weird. This is a hard level. You know, I might make this a 10. I'm considering it. I think we're gonna have to make that a 10. The very rare 10. Oh wait, I gave another one 10. 2 10s, huh? No, shifting strata is also real hard. I don't know if it's 10 level hard like this. Anyway. That's gonna be it for today. We made 3 levels in Switch Ball Deluxe. We'll be making more stuff this week. We'll probably take a couple breaks to play other games. I don't know right now. We got off on Saturday this week. Won't be streaming on Saturday. But through Friday, making more levels. And eventually you'll probably see me on socials and stuff if I ever have time to start cutting videos so more people get to watch. But thanks for all who tuned in right today. Thanks for all who are going to be checking this out later on Twitch and YouTube. And look forward to playing this game in 2026, if not sooner if you're lucky and get to be one of the playtesters. So, love you guys.